All right, what's up, guys? Sorry, was checking to make sure we were live and good to go on all the platforms. Welcome to a new series that I'm going to be starting every Monday called Marketing Mondays. I know, super creative. Nonetheless, every single Monday, we are going to be going over different things that you guys can do to market your restaurants and actually drive people into the door. And in addition to that, as a follow up, either on Monday nights or on Tuesday mornings, some of you may know I started a restaurant mastermind group for restaurant owners to connect and go over different ideas. We are going to dive deep into the Marketing Monday video and actually show you guys, as restaurant owners, step by step how to actually take that action and market your restaurant and drive new people in. So today, we are super excited to talk about a process that is very close to me. It's something that our entire company, Tables Full, is kind of built around, and what our system, Fill Your Tables, is built around as a whole. And it definitely has to do with marketing your restaurant. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So let's talk about marketing your restaurant. What before we get into what you guys need to go to in terms of how your marketing looks right now and things like that, let's talk about what you're currently doing for your marketing. So the vast majority of restaurants market in the same exact way, okay? And most of them are currently marketing this way. They are currently using the ad budget that they have, if they are spending money on ads at all. They're using it to immediately try and grow their bottom dollar sales. They're trying to get people who have never heard of their restaurant before see things like, one of these local newspapers, maybe some of these mailers that I get in all the time and just keep, because I'm a marketer and I'd like to see them. Most people throw them away. But nonetheless, the majority of people are using the advertising budget that they have and the resources they have to advertise to drive in a new customer off the street into their doors, hoping that they like it enough to try and come back. And although that sounds like a great way to market your restaurant, it's actually the wrong way. So what should you guys be doing? Okay, I'm telling you that you're doing something wrong. You're probably saying, like, who is this guy? Where is he to tell me that I'm doing this wrong? What should I be doing? Well, you should be using those same ad dollars that you work hard for to build a database of customers that you own and that you can use going forward to actually grow sales on the back end. Okay, so we talked about Sell for Three at the start, and I said how close it was to me and how much it meant to me because our entire system and program is built around this concept. What is Sell for Three? So, like I said, most restaurants are using some form of advertising in their ad budget to drive in sales immediately. Okay, that sounds good, but you should not be selling for just one visit. Your goal is not to get a new person who's never heard of your restaurant before to walk in and eat and then leave. Your goal is to earn that customer's business for life. So the majority of times, restaurants are not actually selling for 3 separate visits. They're focusing all their attention on selling for one, which is the wrong thing that you should be doing, okay? And the reason for that is, if you were to do advertising to a new customer base who have never heard of your restaurant before, and those people come in and try your food, if they have a flawless experience, the likelihood that they're going to come back a second time is only about 40%, okay? Now, let's say that those people had a great experience and they enjoyed it enough to actually return. The likelihood that they come back a third visit is still only about 40%. But what if you can get people in 3 separate visits? If you can get them in 3 times and they have a good experience each time, the likelihood they're going to return month after month goes up to about 75%. And at that time, I would deem them as a customer for life. You've earned that customer. If they come more than 3 times, more than likely they are frequent visitors of your restaurant. Now, how are most restaurants selling for the first visit? Because like I said, they're not selling for 3. Most are just selling for the first. Well, most of them are using things like TV ads, like those paper coupons that I saw. Maybe they're using Groupon. A lot of restaurants use word of mouth or hope and pray, where they're just open and hope people like the food enough to come in. The reality is that restaurants have no idea how to sell for a second visit, and they have absolutely no clue how to sell for a third visit. So we're going to fix that. Okay. We're going to talk about 2 different ways that you guys can sell for 3 visits, both online and in-house, to where you guys don't have to do a ton of technical stuff to implement this. We'll talk about what you can do right now, starting tomorrow, to drive in and sell for those 3 visits. So let's talk about in-house. Okay. We still have the same visits that we're trying to strive for. The same percentages are going to stay there across the board because that's the statistics that we know about. Okay. How can you sell for 3 separate visits without doing any type of online advertising, not costing you any amount of money or things like that? Well, let's say that when a new customer comes in, your waiter or wait staff asks them whether they're a new or returning customer. What can you do, or what can you train your staff to do to teach everyone else in the restaurant that's a new customer? Well, what if you had 2 different colors of napkins and you dropped a red napkin on every new customer's table? Okay, what does that mean? Well, that means that every other wait staff in the restaurant now knows that this person in the middle of the restaurant is a new customer. It means your manager can go over and do more table touches to them, and it means that you can do something at the very end of the meal to drive back in for a second visit. Okay, so what if at the very end of their first visit, you said, man, did you enjoy your food? You did? Awesome. You got to come and try my chicken, though. My chicken is amazing. It'll blow you out of the water. And you wrote on the back of a business card, buy one, get one free chicken meal. Okay, and you handed it to them. That's when they're on their first visit, right? So now they have a buy one, get one free card for chicken. They enjoyed their experience. People really made them feel welcome because they had a red napkin on their table, and everyone in the restaurant knew that they were a new customer. Okay, but now they've had a great experience and they have an offer from you to actually return. You're not just, they're not leaving the restaurant, never hearing from you again. At least they have something in hand for them to come back with. So they come back a second visit. This time they use the BOGO chicken, and and everyone else in the restaurant knows that this is their second visit because they have given you the business card that you hand wrote on for a BOGO chicken, or if you guys have them printed out, whatever it may be. You guys know that they came in for a second visit because they have this card. Okay. Now, what can a manager do? Well, now the wait staff can alert the manager, hey, we got these people on the second visit. He comes over. How'd you guys like the chicken? Chicken was awesome. Fantastic. You got to come back and try my dessert, though. Another card, handwritten, free dessert. Okay. Now, what have you done as a restaurant owner? You've not only implemented a fantastic customer service strategy to make new and early on customers feel warmed and welcomed, but you've implemented an in-house strategy to drive in 3 separate visits from people who, more than likely, if they had never heard of you before, are going to fall in love with your brand because of the experience simply that they had in the restaurant. So what did it cost you as a restaurant owner to acquire 3 separate visits and earn a customer for life? Okay. First off, the red napkin costs you nothing. It just costs you to teach your staff how to warmly welcome new guests. The BOGO chicken meal is a wash because it's covered by one of the meals. And then the free dessert may cost you like $4 or $5. You've earned 3 separate visits. It costs you $5, and you've completely elevated your customer service experience from customers. Okay. That is one way to do in-house sell for 3, but it's not the ideal way, because even though you have had or given a great customer experience, you have no way or any data on these customers that have came in. You're just handing them things in-house. You have no data to actually capture to drive them back in for future and later visits. So there's another way to do it. You can do it online. Okay. We still have the same exact visits and same stats we're going for. Our goal is to get that customer for life badge. But now we can deliver ads online to people who we know have never been in our restaurant, but are intrigued or interested to try based on things that they've done online and actions they've taken. And then you can send follow-up offers to drive in those second and third visits. Okay. But what does doing this online, why does that have an advantage over doing in-house sell for 3? And it really comes down to the data you collect by being able to do online. Okay. So you're able to survey and segment your audience. Yes, sell for 3 is fantastic by doing it in-house because you're at least still selling for those 3 visits. You take that strategy and you do the same exact thing except delivered online. It gives you all sorts of data that you have the ability to use going forward to market your restaurant. So for example, for our clients, we also practice the sell for 3 concept, except after every single offer they come in and visit with us, we survey them. So you can see on this screen right here, there's questions that ask our clients' guests things like, how often do you eat out with us? Do you have kids? Do you come for lunch or dinner? And we start to learn more about the customers who are actually coming into our restaurant. This way, we can build a profile like you can see on the right here of a person to specifically send out marketing messages to them. Because if I know, for example, Jason has a wife and 2 kids, they typically eat out every Thursday night, and they only come for dinners. If I know that family's only coming in once or twice per month, I now have a whole bunch of ammo in my back pocket to try to drive in an extra 2 or 3 visits over the next few months to drive in your guest count up. So those are 2 different ways you can do the sell for 3 concept. One is offline, one is online. And the great thing about doing these Marketing Mondays is starting tomorrow morning, we're going to be diving into exactly how you guys can set up sell for 3 online and do it yourself for your restaurant. But you're only going to be able to access that by clicking the link below or above to join our free restaurant marketing group. Every single Monday, we'll be doing a video on these pages and then diving deeper into that topic inside of the group. On Wednesdays, we'll be doing Whiteboard Wednesdays. I know, creative again, diving into strategies to help also grow your restaurant, fill your tables, and market it better. And then every Thursday, we'll be dropping a podcast with someone who is, extremely experienced in the restaurant industry. And you guys can learn some different tips and tricks from them as well. So hopefully you guys found this helpful. Sell for 3, just drill that in your head, and I promise you will start getting more return guests, and you'll start getting new customers coming back in significantly more often. Hopefully we'll see you guys in the group on the training tomorrow. Have a good night.